It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Tonight, 80. 52's the mic. I'm coming for you. You mine.
They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Balaj. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check. Check.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd and 1, Rosen. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
That's 180. Check. 52's the mic. Hey, they scared. They scared.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kalen Balaj out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Balaj. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Bravo.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
180, 190. Let's get
154. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balazs. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Check 43. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Quarter. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Open man here, Neil Sterling, the tight end. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Wilson has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Rosen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Balazs. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 99.
They run it with Balazs. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Now 3rd and
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Alpha. 57's mine. That's right, baby. They don't want it. One day. 57's the mic.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On now the Miami field goal unit. 6-0 our score after one. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw is Rivers. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Stay rocking.
They'll throw again. Rivers And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Rosen being chased out left. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 5.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, check 24, watch 24. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen, escaping the pressure right. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, Delta!
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Here comes Grant on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
I got him.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Mike 58, right there. Switch. Out. Watch twins.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Hey, Delta.
Rivers on first down. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
After the interception, here's Rosen. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position.
This is caught inside the 15. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Load it. Load it. Check three. Check three. Hey, Rocket.
Now Rivers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And that'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 10.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Badgley able to knock this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
It's complete to Parker, left side. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
180. 55. We ain't giving up nothing to that. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Load it. Tighten up. Pull it together. All right, 50. Hey, Zoo. Hey, eat.
Rivers now. He's got his man. It's Williams. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. And he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, this game is, of course, part of the NFL 100 series, and the historical significance here goes back to that 1981 AFC divisional round game. Dubbed the Epic in Miami. Others called it the game that no one should have lost. Boy, you had so many great plays in there. The hook and ladder, the end of the second quarter by the Dolphins. Remember Kellen Winslow, future Hall of Famer, getting carried off, exhausted in that contest. Over 1,000 total yards between the two teams, and led by Dan Fouts, the Chargers pulled off the 3-point win in overtime. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Check right. Watch 55. You better be afraid of me. You better.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Throwing on 2nd down. Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. 57 the mic. 57 the mic. It's our time. Hug. It's our time.
Hey, high 7.
Rosen just getting the snap off and 1. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
At the 21-yard line.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, 79! 79!
Now Rivers. And his throw here's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. 55 Mike, 55.
Move!
Watch the pass. Check 50.
12.
Check 55 to Mike. Double dog. That's the one.
From the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Rivers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And an alley. There goes Melvin Gordon. Past the 20. 10. again. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
36, 36. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Back, back, back.
Now it's Rosen. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
The Chargers take over first.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 34-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
I got you, boy.
Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it.
A first down throw here for Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
55, Mike 55. Ready?
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey, hey, hey.
55 is my guy, 55. Stop.
Left, left, left.
55.
Behind.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Load it.
Right there in the middle, 55. I'm coming after you.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Check Mike,
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
There we go. 55's my guy. 55. Record. Check. 55. Check.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line.
Let's go.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
Set. 180.
Pick it up.
1st down, Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On play action, Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 1st touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. With their consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here's Rosen to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense, pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jerry Tillery brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Monday.
Hey, alert. Joker. Slam.
Right.
And 58 is a mic.
What do you got?
From the gun, it's Rosen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tie it right. 4 down.
Running on first down, Eckler. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Down the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Under 10. Hug.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And over the middle, this is Parker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Kill.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, alert.
He's coming. Double up.
Now Rosen on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Monday.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
What do you got?
On third down, Rosen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
58.
Hey, orbit.
Mike, 58.
Monday.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Hide.
They'll try and throw forward with Rosen. It's complete to Grant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Rosen on 1st and 10. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Chargers' 34-yard line.
57 to Mike. I got him.
Hey, Florida.
57 to Mike.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep down, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Watch the slats.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for our visitors, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.